gray aliens are created using DNA from abducted humans, according to the claims of a UFO expert. Professor David Jacobs has given his theory that gray aliens have been created using abducted humans due to them having a slit for a mouth, which does not make sense. Gray aliens appear like that because they've taken DNA from humans they have abducted, zany Professor David Jacob claims. Giving his unusual theory on gray aliens, the professor of history at Temple University, specializing in ufology, claims it all boils down to them having a slit for a mouth. After highlighting the similarities in appearance between gray aliens and humans, the professor is convinced they've been created from the DNA of people that have been abducted, he says. Although gray aliens have been popularized through TV shows, movies, and within the media, there has never been any scientific evidence to support the existence of them, reports the Daily Star. Despite this, the professor has consistently claimed that aliens are walking among us on Earth and are planning for a full invasion, quote-unquote. Speaking on the Richard Dolan Show, he's now shared his theory on how the alien greys came into existence, and he said it all boils down to the slit for a mouth. He claims they've been created through DNA from human abductees, as every person who claims to have been abducted always talks about gray aliens. Professor David Jacobs said, when people say they were abducted, they almost always talk about gray aliens. Because we were being abducted, they use a little bit of us in making gray aliens, according to his claims. The reason I'm saying that the gray aliens might have human DNA in them is because gray aliens have two huge black eyes, he says. He went on to explain that gray aliens have two holes on the side of their heads for ears, which they need to be able to hear with. Furthering his theory, he acknowledged they've been characterized for having two holes for a nose, which again is similar to humans. However, the anomaly that he mentioned was the fact that they're believed to have a slit for a mouth, which he claims makes no sense. He continues saying, the question is why they have a slit for a mouth. They do not breathe. There's no evidence for them breathing, and they get very, very close to people, sometimes even touching foreheads. I've asked people, do you feel their breath on your face? And the answer is always no. They don't have lungs. They have very thin little bodies. There's no back and forth of the lungs expanding and contracting as if they're taking breaths. The professor explained that alien greys don't talk, as everything is telepathic, and they don't eat in the normal way that humans do. He says, so why is that slit for a mouth there? The point is that there's probably human DNA in those gray aliens, which allowed for the growth of gray aliens, he said. He said, I don't know, but that's my best guess, and it all boils down to the slit for a mouth, which they should not have, he says. The professor's theory on how gray aliens came into existence comes after an ex-NASA scientist has recently claimed humans will make contact with aliens within the next handful of years. What do you think about this? Please give your opinions. This is by Adam Goldsmith from The Mirror, and it's on Collective Spark. Thank you for your support. Please leave your comments. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.